Hello guys, today is gonna be a very interesting video. I got a generic phone and a HTC. Make sure to watch this till the end because there's a very um cool backstory behind this generic smartphone, and I'm really happy with it. Let's first start with the crappy phone. This is a HTC P3300, kept for parts. The camera is missing. I don't have a battery for it either. Since my birthday is almost, my birthday is on 20 January, I'll be trying to get one on my birthday. Asking my dad if he can get one of these with a battery, because the camera is not working. The phone kind of works. The LED turned on. I tried multiple batteries, but it just didn't turn on, and I can't believe this would still work. But I'm still gonna keep it because it has a nice scroll wheel and things like that. And the frame is made of aluminium, and it's in pretty great shape, to be honest. More about this phone later. First, before you guys stop watching, I just want to show you the coolest out of all. This is called the Star B97M or 779M, whatever. I want this phone for a super long time, for like 2 weeks now, and I said it in multiple videos that I'll be getting two new phones. Well, these are it. It came with two batteries, which is super nice. They're 2000 milliamp hours, which is a very large capacity for its time. This one is the better condition one. The other one has a little bit of the paint chipped off because when I unboxed it, I accidentally there was tape on there and it chipped off the painting. The phone is quite warm right now. This phone has a MT65775 processor, a PowerVR SGX 531 GPU, a 2000 mAh battery, a 8 megapixel camera that's pretty good. Although what really sucks is you should buy a micro SD card before you get this phone, because you can do pretty much anything with it. Things I've noticed about these phones we'll also talk about in a little second. I can show you that the condition of this phone is pretty great in terms of the front. The frame is alright, but the top is in a really bad condition. Look at it, there's a spot right here. I cleaned it up totally. This little thing, I don't know, it's just, this phone doesn't like being cleaned for some reason. And on the top, yeah. I don't know if this rubber was meant to be on here or this plastic should be on here. I have no idea. Or the plastic is just how it should be, because I've seen there are only 2 videos about this phone on whole YouTube, so that's probably gonna be quite original video. But yeah, the bag is not in that good condition. The phone works perfectly fine. It is pretty large in my opinion, and the reason why I bought this phone is because of my Medion. My Medion is dying. You all know this phone. This one has a Snapdragon 200. This one has cracks in it, and it's even slower than this one. Although this one has a single core processor and this one dual, this one is still performing slower. Although it has more RAM. For some reason Qualcomm just sucks more on a more powerful hardware. I have no idea why Qualcomm sucks so much. I did not expect it. But I tried even this generic battery inside the HTC. It shows a little red LED, which I can show you. But the camera is missing, and I took it apart, and yeah, the screen cable is broken. So yeah, maybe it did something, but I just can't show you because the screen is broken. Yeah, it's pretty sad. I don't know if I can even show you this. See? That's all it does. But yeah, this HTC also came with the cable in out here, and I hate this HTC. I have no idea why. And let's just start with the backstory about this phone. This phone, well, first the camera. The 8 megapixel camera is alright, and the VGA selfie camera quite impresses me. It is better than I expected. Phone is the perfect size for my hand. It's rooted as well, which is super surprising. It came with Android Gingerbread, but it was updated to 4. Our Sense, which is probably my favorite Android version ever made. This is just normal. That's just because of the root. But yeah, it is actually not made by an actual manufacturer. There are phones that look like this from the back, but are named but are so-called with a different. They have a different brand name, but it's basically the same brand doing it again with different hardware and just calling the brands different. So it's quite sketchy. And the reason why this is not made by a real brand, if you don't believe me, they're a super user. So it's rooted. It even has storage built-in task manager. It has 473 megabytes of RAM, which is better than worse than I expected, but it performs way better than I expected. Opening device info HW. You can see it's called the Alps B79M. If my stupid camera wants to focus. And the screen resolution is pretty nice. It really impressed me. It's 450p, so it's over 480p, so that's very nice. The only phone that has a resolution from then was my LG G2 Mini. Battery life is also quite decent. I've no idea why there's a 4 gig module in here. Well, it just doesn't really work. But I wonder what this means. MT66329, because I've never heard of that. But the SoC is a MediaTek 6575. Cortex A9 is only one core, but I may be able to overclock this. I'm not totally sure. Phone heats up quite a bit while charging. Doesn't heat up that much. It heats up like in this area, but not that much. It heats up, yeah, almost nothing to be honest. It's got the Alps, which I have no idea why. Oh, it's super cold out of here. Try getting that email. Who knows? RAM, I have no idea why it doesn't do that. It has actually 8 megapixel, which I did not actually found. I really thought it was gonna be a 8 megapixel, 5 megapixel one, but no. Multitasking is impossible though, but it runs pretty okay. But since Google Play Store is so shitty that Lily starts updating all the apps, which no one wants, it gets super laggy because of that. So always when you have the Play Store on your new phone, always turn off automatic update apps. Because if you don't, then your whole storage will be gone in a few minutes after you bought your new phone. By the way, this battery is pretty nice. 2000 milliamp hours. That can be real. I think it could be real. Focusing here does a pretty nice job. We can take a sample picture of, yeah, let's take a sample picture of my room. I think that was with the flash. I'm not totally sure. Looks a little grainy in my opinion. Yeah, that looks very grainy. It looks alright. It's definitely 8 megapixel, but it's a little too grainy for my. Let's just no, not the flash. Also, it has a dual flash, which I also thought was fake, but it definitely has a. Yeah, that's a really nice flash, by the way. It's totally white. It's not like one of those super yellow ones like Nokia does. Nokia puts super yellow ones on their phones. No idea why. Let's turn off the flash here. It is dual flash. There are some glitches inside of this UI. Let's take a picture. There we go. I have no idea why. Oh, now it looks even worse. Poor camera. It just can't handle the night things. Yeah. Quite decent phone. Screen looks very surprising. It looks, yeah, way better than I expected. Back is not that good. The phone, I saw the unboxing of this thing, came with a case and everything. Don't know why I didn't give this thing with the original box, because then it will be worth even more money. This HC is quite a nice touch. I thought it was worth more. This scroll wheel is very nice. It has an amazing aluminum frame. My mother wanted this back in the day, but the camera is missing. Don't have a battery for it. And yeah, the screen, if I get a battery for this whole screen will not work. So amazing phone. It has Wi-Fi and everything. I've never had one of these Windows phones before, so I'm just gonna ask for another one with a battery. And by the way, this phone was actually taken apart. It just said that in the description in the marketplace I bought it from. Not Facebook Marketplace, a marketplace that only works in the Netherlands. I'm not gonna say the real name of it because that will make my voice cringe as fuck. Anyway, quite a decent phone. It is basically generic. Technically, it's a generic device. It also has that stock Android boot animation, which is pretty sweet. I mean, you could put your own one on here because it's rooted. Don't know how the heck the person rooted this thing, but I'm very happy with it. It's kind of a HTC ripoff, but I think that's not even legal in the Netherlands, so I think they had to make it a little more different. Oh, and I can show you what it says under the battery. I'm just going to take off the back cover right here, which is quite loose, which I don't like. This SD card came not with the device, it's just... Oh, by the way, this battery is brand new. This one is brand new because there are almost no marks in here. Well, this one is marked AF. So I'm just gonna keep this one in my drawer until this one breaks. So I will always use something that's worse first and then use the better one. So this battery is brand new. I'm gonna keep it brand new. Although I can maybe buy a new one that's generic. Most of the time you can't see the model number right here, it's B79M. But most of the time it doesn't say anything about the model number, as I've seen from different YouTube videos. Phone is also quite thick, but I don't mind that. It's a very nice looking device, and I really love it, because I've never ever seen a generic phone in the Netherlands. So I'm really happy with this device. The HTC, nah, I don't know. Let me tell you, tell me in the comments what you think of it. Also, let me tell you what you think about this Star B79M. I'm really happy with it. Camera was a little bit underrated, but for the rest, it's a pretty nice device. Yeah, and this thing. I'm just gonna keep it because this frame is in absolute immaculate condition. Maybe I can swap this frame if I get another one that works and has a worse condition frame, because this is aluminium, man. Oh, and it has scroll wheels. It's an iPod ripoff. Dang pots, man. Dang pots. See y'all later.